How can you give such a silly yellow card? Yes, the rules are rules. And Arsenal players should know better. These referees have a vendetta against Arsenal. They have some vengeance against Arsenal. They were cheating. They celebrated a draw. For the first time, I saw Manchester City celebrating a draw. We are waiting for you guys in Emirates. I wish there was an auditor to check the account balance of these referees. I'm very sad Rodri has been injured, but Michael Oliver and pt-2 referees will replace him. So Manchester City fans, don't get worried. Every weekend there must be a team in English Premier League complaining of poor officiating. And then you come and say, oh, it is inconsistency. This is corruption, pure corruption. These referees influence these matches, favoring Manchester City. Hello guys, welcome to the Football-MACE. I'm back again, Chef Bill Mkono. It's gonna be slippery just as usual. Today I'm going to talk about English Premier League referees. It's not a matter of inconsistency, incompetency. Let us just say the way it is. This is corruption of the highest order, because some things are just unfathomable. Like, for instance, how on earth can PGMOL, the governing body of referees in English Premier League, decide to give Michael Oliver, the biggest game in England right now, to ref? This is someone who has been employed with the city owners, who has refed various matches, various tournaments in Arab states. This guy has been paid with the city owners to ref those matches, those tournaments in those Arab states. How on earth can such be allowed? Very poor officiating. I usually watch La Liga and Serie A. I think these referees should go benchmarking in Serie A and La Liga. We have some very, very great referees in those leagues. Why is it that every weekend, there are no controversies in Bundesliga, there's no controversies in Syria, there's no controversy in La Liga? Only the English Premier League, that is the league with the most controversies. Every weekend there is a team complaining of a bad decision. Every weekend there is a team complaining in England. I'm not talking about even Arsenal only. Every weekend there must be a team in English Premier League complaining of poor officiating. And then you come and say, oh, it is inconsistency. This is corruption, pure corruption. These referees influence these matches, favoring Manchester City. Let me start from last season. Last season, the match between Arsenal and Manchester City, the second leg in Emirates, Michael Oliver declined to give Kovacic the second yellow card when he tackled recklessly Martin Odegaard, injuring him. He didn't want to give him the second yellow card because the reason being, he didn't want to spoil that match. But he had the balls, he had the audacity to do the same thing. How can you give such a silly yellow card? Yes, the rules are rules. And Arsenal players should know better. These referees have a vendetta against Arsenal. They have some vengeance against Arsenal. And I can say, without fear of doubt, Arsenal is the most hated Premier League team. And these shenanigans didn't start this season. It started from the era of Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson used to intimidate referees, influencing games, favoring Manchester United those days. Right now it is Manchester City. For how long will these shenanigans continue in English Premier League? In quotes, the best league. If I can watch Serie A with no controversies, what is the secret? Which method are they using to officiate matches without controversies? These English referees have a lot of hubris. You wonder, are they some small gods they want to be worshipped so that they can favor teams? Arsenal doesn't want to be favored. We want justice. The same Michael Oliver booked Martinelli the previous season from last season. He booked Martinelli twice against Wolves. Another spoiler, the game against Brighton. Pedro kicked the ball. He didn't receive any yellow card. But Declan Rice just touching the ball like this, it is a second yellow card. He's given his matching orders. So these laws, PGMOL wants to show football fans around the world, these laws only apply to Arsenal. When it is against Arsenal, these laws apply 100%, but some matches they don't apply. To some teams they don't apply. That game against Liverpool this season, against Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, Szoboszlai had a yellow card. He kicked the ball. Michael Oliver was the referee in that match. He didn't give Szoboszlai the second yellow card. Those are the inconsistencies. But in Arsenal, they apply the same rules. These shenanigans must stop. If it is the best league, they must invest in quality referees, not referees who are emotional. Manchester City players can surround referee. They were surrounding Michael Oliver all over the pitch like vultures on a carcass in a park somewhere. I didn't see him yellow carding players apart from Bernardo Silva, but these rules only apply to Arsenal players. Michael Oliver has given 7 red cards to Arsenal players, more than any other referee in English Premier League. Trossard was given a second yellow card, yes, for kicking the ball. He should know better. And these referees expect these players to play like a PlayStation. If you release the speed, if you release the direction, the player stands. Are we dealing with robots or human beings? This is absolutely nonsense. It is unfathomable. This shit must come to an end. English Premier League is becoming pathetic. Haaland takes a ball after Manchester City scored and hands it to Gabriel Magalhaes. And the PGMOL on Monday, they reacting. They won't take any other action because it was checked by VAR officials or to take further actions towards Erling Haaland. But if it was an Arsenal player, I'm very sure they could have suspended him. But these rules doesn't apply to 115 charges FC. They only apply to Arsenal. Let me give you a spoiler. Arsenal is here to stay. And this season we must win this trophy. I'm very sad Rodri has been injured, but Michael Oliver and PGMOL referees will replace him. So Manchester City fans, don't get worried. Michael Oliver will replace Rodri and they will give you some points. They will cause your competitors to lose points. I'm urging Arsenal players, let us not leave these matches for these referees to influence. Let us win these matches convincingly. They won't believe it. This Arab money is making English Premier League very corrupt. I wish there was an auditor to check the account balance of these referees. The amount of money they make and the amount of money they have in their accounts and the businesses they do. Because these people might be minting millions and millions of oil money and influencing these matches in English Premier League. I'm sick and tired with this shit, man. This is the worst officiating I've ever witnessed since I started watching football. They are behaving like that referee who gave Robin van Persie red card in Camp Nou. And that referee was found guilty of receiving money from Barcelona. For how long will these shenanigans continue with these useless referees? Yes, I know they are human beings. There might be some behind the scenes feelings attached to these teams. You can invite referees from other leagues, La Liga, Serie A, Argentina, some wonderful referees. Not these shenanigans of Michael Oliver, Chris Kavanagh. Mike Dean retired, but he was also pathetic. Howard Webb retired, is the CEO or whatever, is the chairman of PGMOL. He was another controversial referee. I'm not even surprised with the level of officiating in English Premier League. Because the fish starts rotting from the head. And the person who heads PGMOL is Howard Webb. He was among the worst. He used to favor Manchester United very much. He was a very controversial referee. I'm not even shocked with how pathetic the English Premier League officiating is. The same referee, Michael Oliver, denied Liverpool a clear goal against Tottenham. The Luis Diaz goal with no offside. And then you tell me he's the best referee in England. How pathetic that statement is. The best referee in England. How pathetic that statement is. I feel like vomiting. I'm sick and tired of these average referees in the name of the best referees in English Premier League. They were shitting. They celebrated a draw. For the first time I saw Manchester City celebrating a draw. We are waiting for you guys in Emirates. You will see fire. We are going to clobber Manchester City in Emirates mercilessly. Not a deflection goal like the one usually say, oh, Martinelli this. We are going to clobber Manchester City this season. Watch this space. Thanks so much for watching Football Mess. Mucho gracias wherever you are. Merci, asanteni sana. Thank you so much, Chef Bill Mkono. I'm out.